If you've ever felt like your life is kind of all over the place, this video is for you because the truth is, most advice about getting your life together is completely useless. It's vague, it's motivational, and it doesn't actually change anything. So, if you've tried routines, productivity hacks, or starting fresh on Monday and nothing sticks, it's not your fault. You just haven't been given a system that actually works. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple, no BS framework to reset your life step by step. This is the exact approach that helped me go from feeling stuck and overwhelmed to finally feeling in control again. And the best part, you don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You just need to fix this one thing first, and everything else starts to fall into place. So let's get into it. Here's the problem. Most people feel like their life is out of control not because they're lazy, but because they're overwhelmed. There's too much to fix. Your habits, your health, your relationships, your money, your career, the list goes on. And every time you try to get your life together, you try to fix all of it at once. You start a new routine, set a bunch of goals, maybe feel motivated for a few days, and then it all falls apart. No wonder you fail. That approach was never going to work in the first place because no one ever teaches you how to actually put your life back together in a way that sticks. So here's the truth. You don't get your life together by fixing everything at once. You get your life together by fixing things in the right order and having a system for it. And right now, that system is either working for you or against you. So instead of trying to rely on motivation, willpower, or discipline, we're going to fix the system itself. Because when you fix the system, everything else starts to fall into place naturally. So here's the simple framework we're going to use. It's called the 3-step life reset system. And it works in this order. Step 1, control. Step 2, clarity. Step 3, execution. Most people try to jump straight to execution. They try to take action, build habits, stay consistent. But if you don't have control and clarity first, execution always breaks. That's why nothing sticks. So instead, we're going to flip it. First, you take back control of your environment. Then you get clear on what actually matters. And only then you focus on execution. And once you follow this order, that's when your life actually starts to come together. So let's break the system step by step. All right, step 1 is where almost everyone gets this wrong. Before you try to fix your life, you need to fix what's controlling your life. Because right now, your environment is shaping your behavior way more than your motivation ever will. If your room is messy, your phone is full of distractions, and your schedule is chaotic, you're not going to magically become disciplined. That's not how it works. So instead of trying to change your entire life overnight, we're going to do something much simpler. We're going to take back control. Here's how. First, clean your physical space. And I don't mean perfectly. I mean remove the chaos, because physical clutter creates mental clutter, and mental clutter kills focus. Second, fix your digital environment. Your phone is probably the biggest source of distraction in your life right now. So remove the apps that waste your time, or at the very least, make them harder to access. And third, create a default day. Not a perfect routine, just a basic structure you can fall back on when life gets messy. Wake up at the same time. Do one productive task early. Keep it simple. Because once you control your environment, something powerful happens. You stop relying on motivation and start building momentum. And that's what makes step 2 actually work. Now that you've taken back control of your environment, step 2 is where your life starts to feel intentional again. The truth is, most people don't stay stuck because they're lazy. They feel stuck because they don't know what they're actually trying to do. They keep moving, but in 10 different directions at once. So instead of making progress, they just stay busy. And that's why step 2 is clarity. You don't have to have your entire life planned out. You just need enough direction to move forward. Here's how you do it. First, pick one area of your life to focus on. Not 5, not everything, just one. It could be your health, your finances, your career, whatever feels most urgent right now. Because when everything matters, nothing matters. Second, define what better actually looks like. Be specific. Not get in shape, but go to the gym 3 times a week. Not make more money, but earn an extra $500 this month. Clarity turns vague goals into something you can actually act on. And third, decide what you're going to ignore. This is the part that many people forget about. But getting your life together is as much about what you don't do, because every time you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to something else. So for now, cut the noise, focus on one direction, and commit to it. Because once you have clarity, step 3 becomes simple. All right, now we get to step 3. This is where most people think they need motivation, discipline, or some crazy morning routine. But the truth is, execution isn't about doing more. It's about doing less, but consistently. Because the real goal isn't to have one perfect day, it's to build momentum that doesn't break. So here's how you actually execute. First, shrink the goal. Take whatever you decided in step 2 and make it almost too easy. If your goal is to work out 3 times a week, start with 10 minutes. If your goal is to build a business, start with 1 focused hour, because consistency beats intensity every time. Second, remove friction. If something feels hard to start, you won't do it. So make it easier. Lay out your clothes the night before. Open the document before you start working. Lower the barrier as much as possible. And third, track one simple habit. And again, not everything, just one. Because progress you can see is progress you'll continue. And here's what happens when you combine all 3 steps. You control your environment, you focus on your direction, and you execute consistently. That's how you actually get your life together. Not all at once, but one controlled, clear, consistent step at a time. So if you've been feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or like your life just isn't where you want it to be, start simple. Don't try to fix everything overnight. Just go back to step 1, take control of your environment and build from there, because once you do that, everything else gets easier. And if you found this helpful, I've got more videos like this where I break down simple systems to help you actually improve your life. So if you want to stay consistent, build better habits, and keep leveling up, consider subscribing. And watch this next video because it'll help you take the next step and keep the momentum going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.